Good afternoon. It's a lovely, bright, sunny day in the park. I'm in Abergele Park with the dog, and I just thought I'd do this short video because I think a lot of people think that motivation coaches, empowerment coaches live in a weird, surreal bubble where normal life doesn't really affect them. And as much as we aim to do that, and that's what we practice so that we can be powerful and strong all the time, and we can always stay optimistic and positive. It's not always the case. It's sometimes very hard to keep positive, and not only to keep positive for yourself, to keep positive for empowering other people. There's a different level of positivity there completely, because you've not only got to feel good in your own self, you've got to have enough energy then to make somebody else feel happy, make somebody else feel good. I'm just walking around the park here, and I've been sending a few text messages and speaking to a few of my friends, and they're saying, wow, you're out in the park. And I said, yeah, it's lovely, it's sunshiny, but ultimately I'm here on my own with the dog, and I get shouted at occasionally by a few dog owners because my dog decides, there he is, to leg it off and do silly things like he just did, jump in a puddle and then jump up at people. We all get hit by the world. We all feel like vulnerable. We can sometimes feel like you want to hide because everybody's trying to get at you, or it's sometimes hard. I mean, I'm really, really positive. I've got my confidence up now, coming out and being out on my own all the time. And there was a period of my life with my arm situation where I didn't want to go anywhere by myself. I always had friends with me or family with me because I didn't feel confident enough to tackle the world on my own. Now I've got that understanding, I've got that confidence, but it's very easily taken away from you. And I can understand how vulnerable people feel out in this big world on their own. I mean, even just walking the dog, you can come across some people that challenge you and challenge the way that you are, and you have to have that inner flame, that inner strength to just smile, breathe, and just think, well, that's your opinion, isn't it? I'm having a nice walk around the park and you're not going to get at me. But I can very easily see how people get knocked and lose their confidence. I was talking to a guy the other day who actually comes down to the Aries Park. See, Watson's lost his ball now, so that's great, because he's probably going to go in the water to go and find it. Pain. Yes, pain. He comes down to the park, Aries Park, on the duck pond, pretty much every day I see him, and he's got a little, like, cockapoo type dog, and his dog decided that his ball was going to go in the water, and he went to go and grab, the dog fell in the pond, and he had to bend down out of his mobility scooter to try and get the dog out the pond, and he fell in. See, look at that. That now is what I've got to get in the car with. Big, soggy, stinking, wet dog. Great. It's because he's dropped his ball in there. He's trying to find it. Silly thing. Anyway, yeah. I hadn't seen this guy, actually. I'd noticed that he hadn't been coming to the park because he actually fell in the water. Well, he nearly fell in the water. He fell out of his mobility scooter trying to get his dog out the water, and it's knocked his confidence. And I just think that it's just horrible that we feel so vulnerable on our own planet. We don't feel grounded to our own planet. We don't feel safe. We live our lives and hope that nobody else comes at us, nobody else attacks us, nobody else gets at us. I don't know why we've gone into this fear state. When you're a kid, you fall over, you bump your knee, you get back up, you bounce up, you've got no fear, you go out energised as anything, smiley, and do it again. Why do we lose that ability to be so resilient when we're an adult? Why do we allow our conscious mind to put us into a state of doubt where we feel self-conscious, we lose our self-esteem? It's not powerful to live like that, is it? And we're not taught how to be so resilient. generally, actually, there's people that I speak to that are very resilient, the successful people, they come across a little bit arrogant maybe, and you know, we don't have to be arrogant to be powerful and strong. We don't have to be a superhero. We're all human. We've all survived up until now. We've all had things and experiences and traumas go on in our lives. We need to learn inner power, inner strength, and learn that our position on this planet is safe. We're worthy of being here. We're worthy of making mistakes, and we're worthy of being human beings, just being, without the influence of other people's opinions, without the influence of our critical, conscious minds telling us that, oh, don't do that, you look stupid.